you guys, it's me, Kiana, coming at you today, and I'm coming at you with a um, somewhat of like a lo mein stir fry, and we're gonna make this carb friendly. It's going to be induction phase friendly, so you can use this for all phases of the Atkins program. And I wanted to share this with you guys. It's going to be packed with a whole bunch of vegetables. We're going to use noodles that basically have no carbs. This is a great dish that you can fix for low calorie girls too. So basically, as you all know, I'm geared towards the Atkins diet, but I think that we in the weight loss community find that some of the basis of all of our programs, whether that's low caloric diets or Atkins diets, low carb diets or whatever, South Beach, all those diets, is still the basis of the program is to be as healthy as possible. And also still being able to live life and enjoy, what you eat. And although you don't have to make it your world, you still want to enjoy things that you eat. That's what's going to make sure or enable you to be long-term successful at any diet or at any lifestyle change. So while I was talking, what I just went ahead and did was, since we are going to have somewhat of a Asian flair to this dish, and we are using some Asian noodles, I'm just going to simply take advantage of some cabbage that I had in the fridge. And this is also a meal that you can fix on a budget. As you all know, I'm geared towards that as well. So whenever you see me cooking anything, you guys, A, it's on a budget, and B, it's all phase friendly for the Atkins program. I had someone ask me last night in a comment, some meals that they wanted to use, for the Atkins program for induction phase. And I had to explain to them that any meal that you see me fix is induction phase friendly. The reason for that is because even though I'm well out of my 2 weeks, which is the traditional time frame of the Atkins program of the induction phase, I'm well out of that. However, I still maintain being in somewhat the induction phase because you're allowed 20 carbs per day for your induction phase. I make sure I hover my carbs no more than 25. And only thing that I incorporate in my diet that is not induction phase friendly is I do partake in nuts. Sunflower seeds and almonds are my choice. So what I just did was I'm dicing up some cabbage, you guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these sriracha noodles. We're going to use these. These are tofu, you guys, that are not familiar with them. They are 20 calories, if that's your thing. They have 0 trans fat, 0 total fat, 0 poly unsaturated fat, mono unsaturated fat, 0 cholesterol. They have 1 carb per serving, and this whole bag, you guys, is 2 servings. So you only have 2 carbs in this whole bag, and you only have 40 calories in the whole bag. So this is just a great thing to have. It only comes refrigerated, you guys. You do not freeze this. So when you buy it, don't bulk up and buy a whole pile of it at one time. You can get this at your local Harris Teeters if you have one in your state. You can also get it at your local health food stores. Of course, that's not GNC and things like that, but the health food stores that sell things like organic foods and things like that. You also can get it where I got it from, which is my local Asian food market. And what I actually recommend you guys do is whenever you're looking for something, whenever you're trying to see if something is in stock, gas is high. What I do is I just simply make a phone call. I Google the name of the store, get the number, and I just call them and ask them, do they sell a certain product? That way you won't be driving all around your town trying to find something that doesn't exist at that store. So that's what I recommend that you guys do. call and ask for it. And this is how the package looks. Now, in your Asian food market, they have a whole section of refrigerated noodles. So you're going to have no problem finding it. In fact, you'll probably find so many different varieties. So what you want to do is, if you want to try something else other than the brand that I have, and the brand I have is called House Foods, what you want to do is always look at the back of your packages, because just because it looks similar, it may not be similar as far as nutritional value. Alright, so we're going to use those noodles. We're going to just simply use some Purdue boneless chicken breast. And this is going to be a meal that you can really stretch, you guys. But we're probably only use about 1.5 of these chicken breasts. It comes with 4 in a pack. They were BOGO. They were $4.13, but I got 2 packs for that price at my market. I just throw it down in my deep freezer. Whenever I see things that's extremely dirt cheap, I make sure that I make space, if I have to, in my freezer, and I stock up on it. That way I always have something available. And also, because people, complain about the Atkins diet not being the cheapest diet, that's how you can also cut your costs, you guys. So whenever you see things on sale, on clearance, or that you can coupon for, get it and get plenty of it, and just keep it in stock. You can always build meals around things like this chicken, like these noodles. And I also wanted to share with you guys a few sauces that I came in contact with that are not no carb, but they're low carb, and they're full of flavor. And I don't think a lot of people know to use them, because we have to limit our condiments because they're not always carb friendly. So whenever we come across a condiment, I do like to share them with you guys, because we have this misconception, people that don't actually know a lot about the Atkins program, and people that don't actually read the actual book. They hear people saying that you can't have condiments, or you can't have many condiments, and they don't bother to actually investigate or look on the back of the packages and find one themselves. I'm very much an advocate of reading the back of packages now. I spend a lot of time in the food market when I go. I make sure I have ample time, because I am going to read the back of every package I put in my cart. If I have 2 carts, that's going to take a long time, but that's what I have to do, and it works for me. So by me reading all of the packages, I've came across a couple of sauces, you guys, that amazingly you would not assume that they're low carb, and I wanted to share them with you. That way you will know, and you don't have to spend the time of looking and searching. You'll automatically know what sauces, in addition to just your regular ketchup that you can have, your sugar-free ketchup, we can also have other things now. Leave and pair in Worcestershire sauce. This is something great to, if you're going to, now since you have this recipe, to do stir fries and things like that. You can also use low sodium or regular sodium, but I prefer the lower sodium soy sauce. As far as nutritional value, you guys, it is 1 carb in this per tablespoon. Alright? Of course, I got that with couponing. I also have some other items that I'm going to share with you guys. I got this a long time ago with couponing, and this is part of when I got a whole bunch of like Classico and all that kind of stuff. I literally only paid 50 cents a jar for all these. So I have about 30 different jars of sauces underneath of my cabinet. Amazingly, you guys, this is Alfredo sauce. It's made with fresh cream, and the key word is fresh cream, because you all know that we can have that. We can have heavy cream and things like that. It's also made, of course, with Parmesan cheese. Again, something else we can have. So it's made with a lot of ingredients just offhand that we can have. But often when we see jarred items, we all know that it's packed with a lot of carbs, or at least we assume. When you go into the nutritional value, guys, you're going to actually see that this only has 3 carbs per serving. The whole jar is 7 servings. So you're looking at what? 21 carbs for this whole jar. That's not that bad, you guys, because the thing is, the positive thing about when you're the only one in the home that's on the Atkins diet, you can cook and it lasts for a few days. I literally just got finished my spaghetti that I had from 2 days ago, you guys, I made on camera. So I don't have to use this whole jar. The other thing is I make sure I cook my foods literally almost done before I add any sauces. The reason why is because you tend to use more sauce and it actually dries up in the food, and then you already have all those extra unnecessary carbs when you could have used half at the end of your cooking procedure, and then you can also get full of flavor. You actually can still see the sauce, but you cut those carbs in half. Again, these are just little tricks that I use, and you all know I'm really big on the fact that you have to trick your mind. We often eat with our eyes, you guys, first. That's why when you go to a restaurant, that's why it's important for them to make sure the plate is appealing to the eye, because we automatically, the sensor goes off. If we see something that doesn't look appealing, we automatically going to assume it's not going to be tasty, or it's not going to be full of flavor, or it's not going to be, satisfying. So you have to trick yourself whenever at all possible, with anything that you're eating, from snacks to breakfast food to dinner foods. You have to trick yourself. So what I recommend, you guys, and this is what I do, add your sauce to the very end of your cooking process. And that way you'll see that literally you'll wind up actually saving half the calories, if that's your thing, and also you'll save half of your carbs. This dish, I'm probably only going to have to use about half of a whole jar of this. It's going to feed me probably for about 2 days, you guys, and I literally only have to use half of this jar. So half of this jar, if it's 21 carbs for the whole jar, we're looking at what? 10 and a half carbs, you guys. 10 and a half carbs. The chicken has 0 carbs. The noodles only have, 2 carbs. So right there, we're only looking at what? 13 carbs for the whole entire dish. The whole dish, mind you, I'm going to be eating off of for 2 days. Okay, so this is why I'm telling you that it's induction phase friendly. Now, sure, we're going to add some veggies in there, but we're going to stay on the spectrum, the end of the spectrum, where the vegetables we're eating or we're adding into the dish are A, economical, and B, A, they're economical, and B, they are, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. They're economical, and B, they're going to be on the lower end of the spectrum as far as carb count. So we're going to, like I said, you saw me already cutting up some cabbage. We're going to just go ahead and saute with some Pam, or you can use butter, but I use Pam cooking spray. And they sell that, by the way, in a Dollar Tree. You can just saute that, just dice it up, well, not dice it up, but just shred it finely. And I'm going to also use some, probably a little bit of green beans to put in there, just a little baby can. And that's about it. So let me go ahead and move on before we do the next video, which is the actual cooking of some more sauces. These I got for $1 because they had a $1 off coupon. They were $1.99. They had a $1 off on their Philly coupon. So I got these for $1, and they're by Lowry's, and they are Dijon and honey marinade. Marinades can be also used as sauces, you guys. I was surprised because the carb count is only 4 in this. Now, this is going to be a little bit sweet and savory. So the fact that it's only 4 grams of carbs, you guys, is not that bad. Again, you don't want to use a whole bunch of it. But if you want to drizzle it on, your dish after it's already cooked, and you just want to individually drizzle 2 teaspoons on your dish, hey, you only spent 4 carbs. And if you have that, that leeway, why not? You can have it. This is Caribbean Jerk by Lowry's, and this is 6 carbs. Now, again, these are not your low-end spectrum of your carb count, but if you have that leeway, you can have it. And the fact is that sometimes you're going to want to have some little extra taste or something. And it's okay to do that, but just count your carbs throughout the day to make allowances for things like that. Are you understanding what I'm saying? So, on that note, you guys, let me go ahead and leave you right now. I will come back in a second, and we're going to start the actual cooking. But I wanted to share these little facts with you so that you know some extra sauces that you can have. All right, you guys, be blessed.